What combination of superheroes are you looking forward to in this Justice League Unlimited series? Please let me know in the comments. My name is Dorian. This is SCM Comics. We'll continue our coverage of Justice League Unlimited with number 2. Our story starts off with Blue Beetle begging for Batman's help as he gets dragged into the darkness. And you know, if he is beat the hell up in that suit, then whatever they're dealing with is strong as hell. So now we go to some cops telling some kids that the curfew's in effect. Now, if you didn't watch the last issue, this is in Costa Rica. And the kids are like, why? Because the boogeyman's going to get us, trying to play it off. But all of a sudden, they do get snatched up. But not just by anything, by parademons. Darkseid's parademons on Earth. And then the Justice League, ironically, boom tubes in, and Superman's like, parademons? Justice League attack. And this is what I mean about crazy team-ups. We got Star Sapphire, Carol Ferris. We got Martian Manhunter. We got Mary Marvel. We got Dr. Occult from Justice League Dark fame. We got Black Lightning, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And they're getting right to it, trying to deal with these parademons. This one cop is just blasting away at this parademon, and he ain't stopping him. When all of a sudden, you see a batarang come out of nowhere and hits this parademon and explodes. And then we see Batman, who is beat up. So Superman's like, Batman, what the hell happened? And Batman's like, an attack like this, but a smaller space. Me and Blue Beetle ran up on the nest. All of a sudden, the eggs started hatching, and I lost consciousness. When I woke up, Blue Beetle was gone. So the Batman goes in Bat General mode. With the bloody hand, he points to the nest and tells Wonder Woman and Mary Marvel it is that way. Go shut that thing down, as Wonder Woman's holding 2 parademons like, you got beat up by these guys? He tells Superman, Black Lightning, and Star Sapphire to stay here and deal with these parademons. So then Batman tells Martian Manhunter and Dr. Occult to go find the kids. Martian Manhunter's like, yeah, but should I stay and protect the people? He's like, go find the kids. You're the only one that has telepathy. So now we cut to Singapore, where they have a guy, random guy, and he happens to have Atom Smasher's powers. Atom Smasher just happens to be there, and he's talking to the Chinese police, and he's like, hey, look, I can help, because they're telling him to stay back. And then he has to explain, like, look, I'm Atom Smasher. That dude has my powers. I need to get him back. And then the Atom decides to finally get bigger. And it's like, yeah, that's what we're here to do. So the Atom Smasher goes at the guy. Obviously, he don't want to get the powers back. So then Atom, Ray Palmer, and the other Atom, Ryan Troy, pop out of nowhere with some gizmo and then sends it at the guy. So the machine takes away the dude's powers, gives it back to Atom Smasher, and then it explodes. Like, I don't know if the dude exploded or the gizmo exploded or both of them exploded, because they don't show the guy ever again. So we could assume maybe he's dead or hopefully he's alive. I have no idea. All I know is they're like, yeah, we need to figure that part out. Like, we can shade the powers, but the whole explosion thing, yeah, it's not a good thing. So then we go back to Costa Rica, where you have Wonder Woman and Mary Marvel, and they're bouncing ideas on how to get rid of this nest. And finally, they both come up with the same idea at the same time, and they both say, we should carry it into space. And then they both look at each other, and then Ms. Marvel's like, that was weird. And one was like, not really. I speak with the wisdom of Athena. You carry the wisdom of Minerva. The Greeks and Romans weren't that different. So then they both pick up the nest and they start carrying it into space. All of a sudden, this big, huge monster just comes out of nowhere. It doesn't even look like a parademon. It might be a parademon, it'll look like one. And grabs Miss Marvel. So then we cut to Martian Manhunter and Dr. Occult, and they're getting to know each other. Martian Manhunter starts to ask him, like, did he know about him? Dr. Occult's like, yeah, I remember when you first got here. Martian Manhunter's like, when I first got here? It's like, yeah, when you first got here. So Martian Manhunter's like, why didn't you try to stop me and turn me in? And Dr. Occult's like, I was thinking about it, but then I realized that you were actually a good person. You were here to help. So I decided to turn a blind eye. So then Martian Manhunter feels like he can confide in this man, and he explains to him how when Absolute Power happened, he lost his powers. And then once everybody got their powers back, he didn't get everything. Like, he's missing powers, including telepathy. And that's why Martian Manhunter is following him. So then they run across this big, huge parademon. And Dr. Cole's like, since you don't have your telepathy, how are we going to deal with this? Martian Manhunter's like, even if I did, these parademons are like mindless beasts, so it wouldn't matter. And then all of a sudden, Parademon turns around and goes, Not really. So then we cut back to the big huge parademon that got Miss Marvel. She's trying to shock it with lightning, but it's not working. All of a sudden this big huge lightning bolt comes out of nowhere. He lets go and we see black lightning there, and he's like, 2 lightning bolts are better than 1. Are you okay? And Miss Marvel's like peachy as she carries a big parademon. And she asks about the nest. When the woman comes back down, it's like, nest is taken care of. Now we cut back to Martian Manhunter and Dr. Occult, and the parademon explains himself. I guess some parademons have self-awareness, and I guess Darkseid a long time ago felt like Earth might be an issue, so he put a nest there just in case. The one parademon was like, Darkseid called this service, I call this exile because I can't stay in this place. So then Dr. Occult's like, so why the kids? And the parademon's like, they're bargaining chips. Darkseid loves to expand his army, and what better way to expand his army than a fresh batch of young kids? So the Martian Manhunter is like, hate to break this to you, homeboy, but Darkseid's dead. Parademon's like, what? No, you're lying. He's like, yep, I was there myself. He is dead as a doornail. And so the parademon goes to attack, and Martian Manhunter, I guess, can still transform, and started putting on this parademon. Beat him so bad that Wonder Woman had to bust out her lasso, grab Martian Manhunter's hand, and calm him down. So Superman's like, look, the mission's done. We got the kids back. We got Blue Beetle back. Help us imprison these parademons, and then we need to sit down and have a talk because this isn't you. And the Martian Manhunter's like, this isn't? And then he just flies off, disappears, or I guess he could turn invisible still. And he's like, I'm sorry. And the next time we see him, he's somewhere very cold. Northern Arctic, Antarctica, somewhere. Now, I got a quick question for you guys before we end this video. We're covering a lot of stuff. Now, that whole clip with the Atom, that's going to be a part of a combo called the Atom Project, which is going to cover how these superheroes are going to get their powers back. I feel like we should cover it because we covered all of Absolute Power, but we already have a bunch on our plate. So let me know in the comments if you also want us to throw that in there too.